and welcome to Sudden Inspirations with Dale. Hopefully I can inspire you, and before it's over, we can inspire each other. I was looking at a quote. I'm looking at a lot of quotes today. And not just today, but now, guess what's happening to me? It seems like because I like giving you quotes, it seems like every time I see something that I like, I say, okay, I need to share this with my family. And so I'm sharing this quote with you today. And this quote says, you don't have to be perfect to see results. Hello, Mary. Thank you for joining. You don't have to be perfect to see results. Think about all those times you tried to do something new and you kept working at it. And it seems like it was the hardest thing in the world to you. And it seemed like everybody else was getting it. And you was like, why all these other people can do this and make it seem so easy? They make it look easy. And I just can't get it. I just don't know. But you find yourself trying to be perfect that first time. But you have to realize that you don't have to be perfect to see your results, which means progress, those small steps. And a lot of times you don't see it anyway because you're so hard on yourself. And what happens is when you're looking at something that you're trying to work on, you try to compare or measure it with other people. And then when you try to measure it with those people, you're not going to see it, your progress. So what you have to do is just measure it within yourself. Just say, okay, I was able to do 5 of these sit-ups yesterday. I'm going to do 7 of these sit-ups today. So measure against yourself. Just like me, right now I was working on my arms when I was in Tuscaloosa with Kyle, who's a wonderful coach at Crunch Gym. And so I was working with Kyle, and so every morning I had to get up at 4 o'clock. And I didn't want to get up, but at 5 o'clock every morning, faithfully, Kyle was there, and I was there at Crunch. And so we would always be working on my arms and then in my legs. So big legs are just in my family. And so I like try to tone up, right? And so I was working on it, but he gave me a 5-pound weight. And I was like, okay, 5 pounds, this ain't nothing. But then after I tried to do about 20 of them, I was working on it. And I said, ooh. And he said, see? He said, it seems like there wasn't a lot at first. He said, but you keep working on it, and you're going to feel that weight. But progress. And so after that, I was able to move from 5 to 10 to 30. But this is what I found out too, though. That if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Because I wasn't working out with my arms as much as I should be this summer. And then what happened is I went back to a 12-pound weight. And that weight felt so heavy to me. I said, oh, my goodness. But what I had to realize is that your progress, you have to look at, it don't have to be perfect. You just got to get in the game and just try it. Just try whatever it is that you're working on. So just like you, Mary, whatever you're working on, don't give up on it. Just keep working. Your progress is going to pay off. It don't have to be perfect the first time. Don't have to be perfect the second time. Matter of fact, it's going to never be perfect. There's always going to be flaws because we're imperfect. We're not perfect people. And then so always find a way to just encourage yourself. Find a way to keep going. Striving to do whatever it is that you can do. Because what's going to happen is when you keep working on it and you keep working on it, it's going to become easy. Just like driving a car. That wasn't easy either at the beginning. I'm sure you remember that. When you first tried to learn how to drive, it seems like you were nervous. You was trying to hold the steering wheel so tight. And then by the time you got through holding the steering wheel, you let go. That palm of your hand would feel like it was so tight because you were so nervous trying to hold the car in the road. So you got to keep trying. But you didn't stop trying to drive because you're trying to get somewhere. And then you want to be able to have that accomplishment. You want to be able to say, I did it. So you can still do that today. Whatever it is you're working on, just say, I did it. I can do it. I may not have it perfectly like I want it, but I'm going to keep striving. I'm going to keep working on it. Because as you keep working and you keep showing up, it's going to eventually happen. So just continue to work on it. It may not be perfect. Your results will show sooner or later. So just keep working. And then later on, it's going to seem like perfection because it becomes flawless. It's going to be so easy for you to do. Just like reading and writing. Seems like when you first start writing, your hands shaking, you can't hardly hold a pencil. But you get it. Then it becomes easy. Then you start doing cursive writing. You're doing all sorts of things. So just keep working at it. Keep striving. Just like reading. And then just like, well, one thing about reading, you have to keep working on that now. Because if you just become complacent and just don't read like you should be reading, it don't build your vocabulary. Just like me. I have to continue to read, but I love reading anyway. So you have to continue to read to build your vocabulary. You have to continue to grow. Continue to have that self-growth. Continue to just inspire yourself. And then before long, you're going to see those results. So keep trying. It's going to happen. Whatever it is you're working on, don't give up. And don't forget, I hope you looked in the mirror today. So when you looked in the mirror, what did you say? Well, I'm sure you did say this. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? I see God's image looking back at me. Because I don't like me, because I love me, can't you see? And I'm sure that you have said that affirmation over and over and over again. And just keep showing up for yourself. And always love yourself for the wonderful person you are. Again, this is such an inspiration with Dale. You have inspired me, and I hope I have inspired you too.